They judged him by his clothes, not knowing his hands were worth more than their suits. Robert Mitchell thought life had stopped surprising him. At 58, he had everything most people chase their entire lives: a towering reputation in commercial real estate, 3 luxury homes, cars worth more than neighborhoods, suits tailored overseas, success stitched into every seam. But somewhere along the climb, something inside him hardened. On a crisp Tuesday morning in Manhattan, Robert was late for a meeting that could reshape millions of dollars. His black Rolls-Royce glided down Fifth Avenue until it didn't. A sharp grind, a brief squeal, then silence. Smoke drifted from beneath the hood. Now the car sat motionless, right in the middle of the city, while Robert stood on the sidewalk with his phone pressed tightly to his ear. "I don't care how you do it," he snapped to his assistant. "Fly someone in if you have to. I need this car running in 20 minutes. His business partners hovered nearby, polished, impatient, checking watches like time itself owed them something. And then, a small voice cut through the tension. "I can fix it." Robert turned. Standing just behind them was a boy, no older than 12 or 13. Small frame, worn clothes, sneakers patched together with duct tape. He stood on a wooden crate, peering into the open hood with calm focus. The laughter came quickly. "The kid thinks he can fix a Rolls-Royce," one man scoffed. "That's cute," another added. "This isn't a toy, son." But the boy didn't laugh, didn't flinch, didn't step back. "I can fix it," he said again, quietly, confidently. "I've studied engines for 2 years. I work at a garage after school. I know that sound." Robert was ready to wave him away. Then he paused. There was something in the boy's eyes. No arrogance, no fear, just certainty. "What's your name?" Robert asked. "Danny. Danny Reeves." "And you know what's wrong with my car?" "Yes, sir. The serpentine belt. I heard it shred before the engine stopped. Grinding, then a squeal. It's a simple fix, if you have the right belt." The laughter returned, until Robert raised his hand. "And you just happen to have the right belt?" Robert asked. Danny shook his head. "No, sir. But there's an auto parts store 2 blocks away, and I've got my tools." At his feet sat a battered toolbox, scratched, dented, well used. Robert studied him carefully. This boy reminded him of someone, his father, a mechanic, a man who believed any problem could be solved if you listened closely enough. "How much?" Robert asked. Danny hesitated. "Whatever you think is fair." Something shifted in Robert's chest. "Fix my car in 20 minutes, Robert said. "I'll pay you $500. If you can't, you walk away." "Deal?" Danny nodded once. "Deal." The clock started. Danny climbed onto the crate, tools in hand. His movements were steady, intentional, hands working with knowledge far beyond his age. "There it is," Danny said after seconds. "Belt's shredded. Nothing else is damaged. That's good news." He wrote down a part number and handed it over. "Auto parts store, red building. They know me." One associate rushed off. While they waited, Danny removed the ruined belt, explaining every step, not to impress, but to teach. "Luxury cars aren't complicated," he said. "They just want attention. Machines talk. You just have to listen." Then softly, "My dad taught me that." Before he passed, Robert felt something unfamiliar settle over him. Humility. The replacement belt arrived. Danny worked fast, focused, precise. At one point, he closed his eyes, adjusted a pulley by a fraction, and nodded. "Okay," he said. "Start it." Robert turned the key. The engine purred. Smooth, silent, perfect. Applause broke out around them. Robert handed Danny $500. The boy's hands trembled. "This will help my mom," Danny whispered. "Wait," Robert said. He handed him a card. "Call me tomorrow." "Why?" Danny asked. "Because success isn't about money," Robert said quietly. "It's about character. And you have something rare: skill and humility. Together." He looked at the men around him. "I forgot that once," Robert admitted. "You reminded me." True to his word, Robert helped Danny's mother secure a stable job. He funded Danny's education. He became his mentor, not just with money, but with time. Years later, Robert sat in an auditorium, tears in his eyes, as Danny crossed the graduation stage, accepted into MIT on a full scholarship. "You changed his life," Robert's wife whispered. "No," Robert replied. "He changed mine. Because that day on Fifth Avenue, a boy didn't just fix a car. He repaired something broken in a man's soul. And sometimes, the greatest lessons come from the most unexpected teachers." If this story moved you, like the video. Comment your thoughts below. Share it with someone who needs this message today. And subscribe to Shadows of Story, where every story carries light through the darkness.